Hey, what is going on, Hustle Buddies over on YouTube? Today's video, I'm going to go over just a brief synopsis of how to do online arbitrage. That's been a big question in our group recently. So we wanted to just give a really brief overview of sort of the different methods of how to do it and a couple different places to look, all right? So I'm going to be sharing my screen a lot today. Let me go over there and do that now. If you haven't yet, make sure that you subscribe to our channel, like this video if you are liking our content. We put out stuff like this all the time. So yeah, I might slow down a little bit for Christmas, but I'll be around, guys. All right, so for online arbitrage, there's basically 4 different methods that most people fall under as far as how they do online arbitrage. There's people who manually source things just with their eyes, with their hand on the computer. So that would be like, so I live in Florida, our big grocery store, it's called Publix. I could go to Publix.com, look at their weekly ad, and just manually go through their stuff. So that's the first big thing, the first big method that a lot of people do. The next big method is some people will buy Bolo Lists. I know we've created some Bolo groups over on Facebook, but it's not quite the same as a Bolo list. Bolo lists are usually things that you will buy, maybe like every week or every month, something like that. And it'll be just a huge compilation of lots of products that other people have already combed through and picked out the profitable products for you. Usually those cost money. We're in the works of possibly getting something worked out for the Hustle Buddies group for that. So stay tuned. But Bolo lists is another method that a lot of people use, all right? The next big way is through reverse sourcing. So we did a video earlier about that. I can kind of show you guys what that's about. So with reverse sourcing, basically what you're doing is you're finding, I would say find a product that you're already selling or find a product that is like a store-specific brand. So for example, Walmart's big brand for grocery, their generic brand is called Great Value. So let's do Great Value energy drinks. Sure, let's go with that. All right. So I know that if I can find, here we go. Okay. I know that if I can find these and they're selling well, that this is probably a person who's buying this as a replenishable item. Now, oftentimes you can buy these things online. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and maybe this is profitable, maybe it's not. I have no idea. But really what I'm interested in, and again, if I was actually doing this, I would be checking if this item was profitable. With reverse sourcing is I'm clicking on the new offers and you can click on any of these store names, okay? So I'm gonna guess based on the fact that J&M Goods has Great Value, low calorie, blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna guess that J&M Goods probably source quite a bit of replenishable Walmart items. I can see by their total number of ratings, they've been around for a while. They do a pretty solid level of sales. So there's Ash and Jex as well. That 300, 4,000, they do a ton. I sort of like looking at those 300 stores because those are people that are solidly established on Amazon, but they're likely not doing large like wholesale scale levels of sales. So let's click on Ash and Jex real fast. And again, I did a whole video about this. But you can go to the person's shop, you can click on their storefront, and you can see all of the items that they are selling. This is a big reason why a lot of people don't share whatever their items are or whatever their account name is, because if you know someone's account name and they're doing a lot of replenishables, you can find all of their replenishable items. So this, I'm actually pretty positive, is also at Walmart. So if you see that, go ahead and pick it up. I think that's at Walmart as well. This is probably at Walmart, but that's probably hard to find at this point because it's like Halloween stuff. Pretty sure those are at Walmart. I don't know. They probably got that from somewhere else. Fairly sure that this is at Walmart as well. So yeah, so you can go through someone's storefront and sort of stock them that way. All right. So far we've got the manual sourcing method, the Bolo list method, the reverse sourcing method, and then the last method is using a program. It's called tactical arbitrage. Now, I don't recommend tactical arbitrage for beginners. You need a couple $1,000s per week of sourcing budget to make tactical arbitrage worth it. It's an incredibly powerful tool. It's very useful. It's very effective. I use it frequently, but I don't recommend it to beginners just because of how expensive it is. It costs about $100 a month, give or take. And it's just that's a lot of money to spend on something when you're just starting, especially because you can already find enough inventory. Like when you're first starting, the amount of money that you have to spend won't come anywhere near the amount of products that you can find. Once you start selling like 10, 15, 20,000 a month, okay, that's when you start having to shift into, I can't possibly find enough to spend all the money that I have. And that's when you should look into getting tactical arbitrage. We are actually we're planning on doing a call with Alex Moss. He's the creator of Tactical Arbitrage. We're planning on doing a call with him sometime probably in January, where he'll come over to our Facebook group and do a cool video and talk about the program to us. But yeah, so that's sort of the fourth method. I'm not really going to get into tactical arbitrage today just because it's a little bit more advanced, and I'll save that for a January video. But I will kind of show you a couple other things. So I showed you just briefly the reverse sourcing method. There are tools that you can get that will help with that. Most of them, though, tie into tactical arbitrage. So I'll get to those tools, but at a later time as well. Now, manually sourcing, I do want to show you guys some tricks for that. So when you're manually sourcing, there's a couple different ways that you can do this. And there's no best way. It's just you do what you like, you do what works for you. You try a couple different ways and see what you like. All right, so one way that I did a whole lot when I was starting off was I would go to internet sites like slickdeals.net, which is it's a forum-based site where people post good deals that they find. So you can kind of go through here and click on a few things. Now, it says where they're from. So these things that are at Amazon, you can't, well, you can, but that's a whole different, flipping Amazon to Amazon is a whole different thing. And it's not really what I'm talking about here. More what I'm talking about is finding things like at Lowe's, at Walmart, at Adorama, places like that where you can flip things. So what you would do for this is click on an item. I think this is a good example. I don't know if it's going to be profitable, but it'll show you sort of the method for it. All right. So you can see this Spot It party game is on sale for $6 over at Walmart. So I'll click on this link. It'll bring me over to Walmart. Once I see this item, usually you can just type stuff in by the name of it. Now, clothing is a little bit differently. Clothing is a little bit more tricky, but for the most part, you can just type stuff in by name. So I will take this, Spot It, and copy and paste that. I'm going to jump over to Inventory Lab. I'm going to assume if you guys are interested in online arbitrage, you've already purchased tools like Inventory Lab and things like that. If you have not gotten Inventory Lab yet, check out our page. We do some videos about it and talk about it some. All right, so Spot It party game. Color packaging may vary. Color packaging may vary. Okay, that's actually a good thing because then it means like my image doesn't have to exactly match what's on Amazon. The customer already knows. Now this is an exact match, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go with that. Let's see what it is. Our buy cost was $6. Sell price is $15. That is a 50% ROI and it's ranked 3,000 in toys. So this would be something that you could probably buy 100 of or 200 of and sell out pretty quickly. Now, I will give the caveat that at this point, I'm not going to be buying any toys because toy prices will tank after Christmas. There's lots of other things that sell really well in quarter 1. Toys I tend to stay away from specifically for quarter 1 because everyone bought way too many toys in quarter 4 and just toy sales in general tend to go down. So if I had seen this deal, say 2 weeks ago, yeah, I would have bought a few hundred of these because it's ranked 3,000 in toys and it's getting 50% ROI. And there's no, like I wouldn't have to polybag this or anything. That's an easy sale. All right. So yeah, so that's Slick Deals. Another method is just to go to your favorite store and just look through their ads. So for example, we have a local grocery store here in Florida. It is Publix. So I went to Publix.com and I clicked on their weekly ad. Now, obviously, since this is a grocery store, there's going to be a lot of stuff that is perishable. Like I'm not going to flip a turkey or lunch meat or cheese and stuff like that on Amazon. But the longer shelf life things, things like condiments, things like toppings, candy, crackers sometimes. I'll skip ahead for now. I'm looking for things that have obviously a long shelf life. You can't flip apples on Amazon. That doesn't make any sense. But you could flip like pickles or mayonnaise or peanut butter, things like that. So I did this a little bit earlier. I did not look through very many of these. I just clicked through the mayonnaise. I didn't find any there. I clicked through this Barney's thing and I didn't find anything there. But in this peanut butter, I will show you. So if you're in Florida and if you're watching this video before Christmas, basically, I believe this should be profitable and I'll show you why. So they have Peter Pan, buy one, get one. And it's up to the 40-ounce jar of pretty much every flavor. Okay. So that means for every 2 that I buy, it costs $7.30. Now I'm going to pop over to Inventory Lab, and I will look up Peter Pan peanut butter 40-ounce. Okay. Now there's a ton of different options here. What I like to do for grocery specifically is I like to look at the multi-packs, like the packs of 3. So if 2 of them costs me $7, 3 of them should roughly cost me about $10. I can do the exact math here in a second, but just to speed up my sourcing speed, you can get rough estimates and know off the bat if it's something worth doing the actual calculations for. All right, so Amazon's on this listing for grocery, and they've bottomed out the price on that. So if I got it for $10, sold it for $16, I would not make any money. So that one is not profitable. But you can click through a couple more of these. Here's a pack of 2. So the pack of 2 is $7.20. This would be Publix. All right. And if I sold that for $19.40, I would actually make $3, which is 35%. Now, because of the nature of grocery, I'm usually okay taking these smaller percentages on them, especially if it's something that I can keep buying over and over and over. So this is a solid maybe, but I want to keep looking. I want to get the best bang for my buck. Let's say I only have $20 or something to spend. I'll keep that in my maybe pile, and I'll look through a couple more. Let's see. This is a pack of 3. If I buy it for $10, sell it for $26. I wouldn't make any money. Even if I increase the price a little bit, I still wouldn't make much money on that. Let's try this honey flavor. Sometimes the other flavors do well. All right. So again, about $10 is my price. If I sell it for $27, it looks like I would actually profit about 100% on this. So this is something that I would dive in more. So I'm going to look this up on Keepa real fast. I want to make sure that the like the price history and the sales rank and all that stuff checks out. I don't like to do guesswork. Now I will do test buys, but I want my test buy to have at least a little bit of data backing it. All right, so it looks like this sells 1, 2, 3, 4, sold about 5 times in December. So about twice a week, give or take. Not terrible, not fantastic. New offer count. There's a bunch of people on this. This would be something I would probably do a test buy. So I might buy, it's buy one, get one. So I might buy like 6 of them and do that. Let me run the actual numbers real fast just so you see that. So each one is $7.30. So we'll take $7.30. And that is for 2 of them. We want a total of 6 of them. So multiply by 3. Okay. And then we're making 3 packs. So we're going to divide that number by 2 to get 3 packs. So we are paying $10.95. Pop back over to Inventory Lab. $10.95. Make sure that checks out. Yep, still getting 80% ROI. That's still solid. And I would probably increase the price because these over here are merchant fulfilled offers. I could probably increase the price to maybe like $29.99 or something. I don't know why people pay more for food on Amazon, but they do. It's just a fact of life. I can't really explain. I mean, there's a couple theories, but just know that it does sell. I mean, obviously you looked at the Keepa, you can see that people are buying this about twice a week for almost $30. That's just the nature of the beast. So yeah, so that's sort of an overview of how you do online arbitrage. Gave you a couple ideas. If you want to buy that stuff, go for it. I'm going to tell you the price is probably going to tank since this is a public video. But yeah, go for it. Good luck out there, guys. We'll see ya.